issue. Let me turn that off before that starts singing. There's great opportunity right now in crypto. So let me start first by uh, reminding those who have been watching me for a while in my crypto series and reminding you of the uh, prediction or the prophecy that we had said or mentioned, I think it was a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, talking about Bitcoin collapse. Now, the feeling at that time was that Bitcoin was going to, as I said in those old videos, if you're on my CBH, Global My CBH Network on YouTube, you can look for the crypto series and see that I was talking about this. And this is what I was talking about, that Bitcoin would suffer a collapse in its pricing. Now, there's nothing remarkable about that because everything goes up and down, right? But I was talking about a major collapse. And the peculiar thing about what I was saying was that it would suffer twice before blowing up, going up, skyrocketing. And also in those videos, I also was mentioning the real possibility or the realistic expectation that Bitcoin would go up to 120, 100,000, would double. Was basically at that time it was at 60,000 more or less. So I'm going to discuss those two things because we have confirmation of things, but I want to explain first that the issue with the statement, and before I go on, remember this is not financial advice. This is entertaining. You see me? I'm laughing. So it's entertaining. This is entertainment. I'm talking about my views and just my opinions of things. There's no weight in what I'm saying. There's weight on me, but there's no weight in what I'm saying at all. Just things for you to look into, do your research, and before making any decisions. And that's that. But I every once in a while I'll make these videos based on my view of what things I'm seeing and looking at. Let's see, some comments coming in. The team. The sun is in my eye, so I can't see your comment. But anyway, whatever it is, that's a good thing, I guess. And so now we said that Bitcoin was going to suffer two collapses, or two crashes was literally what I said. But I felt that the second crash would be significant. That's my feeling. It's still my feeling today. Now, we had the first one. I think everyone agrees that Bitcoin did suffer a crash, and so with the rest of the market, but Bitcoin is the one that leads the pack, and because it collapsed, it crashed, everything else went down. And that was a little while back in recently, but it's not now. We have what looks like another one, but I put in the little warning, if you will, or detail, that sometimes the cryptocurrency values bounce. So again, this does qualify as a second crash, because some people will look at that, some common terrorists will look at that, or look at this decline and call this another crash. But I don't think it is, in my opinion, is another crash. I think it's still part of the first one that we had of recent time. And I think it's part of the same one that we bounced, that it bounced up a little bit, right, during the past days, but now it's coming down again. I just consider that a bounce, unless unless it goes down even more, which is what I'm believing, I'm thinking, I feel that is what I was sensing back when I first said that Bitcoin would crash twice, and the second one would be, and I said I was having a feeling that the second one was going to be a major crash. So today, as a major crash, uh, but it could qualify as the second crash. The problem with like predictions, I'm not a prophet or anything. I say that, but a lot of times what I say comes out, that way. But I don't consider myself. I'm not trying to be that. I'm not trying to tell you that that's what I am. Again, I'm just talking off the cuff here. But for me personally, I would be looking for a bigger crash, and that would be my second crash. Now, it could very well that from here, Bitcoin shoots up. And still, what I said before still is true. It did go down twice and then it shot up, right? But I'm still, so you can look at it in those two ways. It could be that this is still part of the first one. It's only a bounce that we had, and we have it still settling at about the same place it was when it fell first. So that's still possible. So as long as it still stays around the 40s, even if it goes down to the 30s, to me it's not a major crash. It's just part of the first one, in my opinion. But again, if it shoots up and blows up, it still, what I said before, would be the truth. It would come out fulfilled. But then again, if at a later time it really goes down and crashes very low, and I'm talking about very low. I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I'm just saying that in terms of what I said in my videos last year, I think at this point, uh, that still is within the frame of possibility, and that would also fulfill the prophecy. Now, I'm going to do later a religious or biblical video about prophecy, because this is a classic example how something can have various or multiple fulfillments and still be true. Yes, it was true this way, and also what this happened here, and that is still true. The prophecy or the prediction still came out. So this is a good example of that, but I'm going to save it for that other video. But for now, we're staying with the issue of crypto. So basically, that's what I'm still looking at. I always suggested that we keep some money for when it goes down, if ever. I think that keeping money out of the market anyway is still a good idea. You don't want to put all of your funds into it, even if it's at risk funds, or in other words, funds that you can use for anything. But because personally, I would want to be ready for a major crash to occur and to get into that Bitcoin big time, right? So that's something that you always want to be looking out for, because it is within the frame of possibility. But right now, it's a good buying opportunity overall in crypto. If you take a look at the charts and look at the 3-month period, 3 months, you're going to see, at least amongst the more popular cryptocurrencies, that we're about back to where they were 3 months ago, more or less. And cryptocurrencies, each one has a different things going on with them, but most of them are demonstrating within a 3-month frame a return to their 3-month level. Okay, and what does that mean? It means that when you're looking at the price valuation, we're back down 3 months ago, and from those 3 months, it shot up, right, within those 3 months, and now it's back down. So this is this triangle, if you will, just to put it in simple terms. There's no special science here, but this triangle showing you the peak, at least like the 3 month high point, and then the base level. Again, this is ad hoc. This is capricious measurement of 3 months. Simply, it's just a range, and it's no particular reason for it, but it just so happens that in the 3 month period, we are back to that same level. And in a sense, you can call it a baseline. In a sense, in some of the cryptocurrencies that you'll see that it is a baseline because, or a line of resistance, as they say, because many people bought in 3 months ago at this level. So it's like a point where, it's going to take a lot for it to continue downward. So it's expected, and anyone giving you technical analysis would tell you that it should bounce off of this point, which means that it is likely that when you buy now, if you're buying into it now, that you will see gains in the near future, any day, in a day or in the coming weeks, etc. That it should go up from this point on, right? It can still go down a bit. Whether there's some level, there's some space for leveling out at the 3 months, but we're just about there. It's a good opportunity to get into it. Now, the distance between the baseline and the 3 month high in many of these coins ranges from 2 times doubling your money through 3 times and even 4 times. So that's what you want to look for. You want to look for a cryptocurrency that has the space to return to its 3 month, its previous 3 month high, and provide you a return of doubling your money, tripling your money, or quadrupling your money 4 times. That's what you want to look for, and there are various opportunities for that right now. In addition to that, some of the top gurus or analysts are predicting or talking a $120,000 Bitcoin, which would be the doubling that I was talking about profusely months ago. You guys have seen my videos. You know that I was always talking about the most that you can expect in the short term, right? Short term is 1,000. Have a little thing that coins 10 realistically. You're looking at doubling money in the near future. When I point to my near future, doesn't mean next week. It means that rather than later, and it's more safer than the clients out there. So if you're looking for safety, then that's looking double your money and go out. Now, if I've always talked about was having an exit strategy is what it's referred to, and that means that you need to know when you're going to come out of a certain investment. It doesn't matter that Bitcoin gets to be $1 million. That has nothing to do with it, because you can make $1 million with the money you have now. It's just you don't know how to. It's as simple as that. But if you need to double your money, then Bitcoin is pretty much where you're going to look at for the safety, if you're looking for safety. Now, if you're looking for a little more risk, then the other altcoins can, demonstrated by their past 3 month high, can give you 3 to 4 times your money when Bitcoin doubles, not well, sorry, when Bitcoin returns to the $60,000 mark, you can see 3 to 4 times your money in some of the other altcoins. So that's the realistic aspect of what's going on right now in terms of the crypto space. So you need to be looking at the charts, looking at the 3 month period, and see how the distance, how much profit you can make if the crypto space its 3 month high levels that it enjoyed just within the last 3 months. And that's really not too far fetched of a strategy. It's realistic, given the nature of the space. You only have to worry, if at all, because it's still not a worry, but it is a concern for many people, is if the second crash is different than what we're seeing right now, and is actually a severe crash. If and when that occurs, I'm still holding on a little. I have a preference in terms of the fulfillment of the prophecy. Not that I want it to happen, but it would be good anyway, so that many people can get Bitcoin that wouldn't be able to afford it now, in terms of getting a whole coin out of it, right? So it would be a good thing for Bitcoin to really hit the bottom, a relative bottom, whatever that would be, and for people then to really, get in and get the as much Bitcoin as they can. After that moment, there is, it has hit rock bottom. It's going, in my opinion, to skyrocket. It's not going just to return to the 60,000. It's going to surpass the 60,000, easily to the 120,000, as is being depicted or predicted by well respected experts in this space. But they a expectation for it, a realistic one. Of course, everybody said, "Well, it's going to be $1 million one day." I'm not going to wait for that. I got things to do. But doubling your money, getting up to the 120,000, yeah. Even I would, within given my age and the time that more or less I have left, yeah, that would be something that I can work with. So simply, we did videos on how to make your investments depending on things like this. That it's not the same when you hear and you see comments by other gurus, and you have to be careful, because some of these people, they talk in within a reference of their longevity. You have to understand, longevity is important for you to make your decisions on where you're going to put your money to get a benefit while you're alive. It's another thing if you're leaving legacy funds. That's it. Then put in Bitcoin. It's simple. You're leaving legacy funds, and Bitcoin is what you need to put in. You're in the short term. But if you are younger and you got things, going, then Bitcoin is the thing for you. For guys, look at that 3 month period and see where you can realize 3 and 4 times your money. Now, when Bitcoin goes up to 120,000, that means that the 3 month high in a lot of the altcoins will be surpassed very realistically. So again, look for the altcoins that have a lot of capitalization, because way of their 3 month high. Interested coin, the short-term returns type investment. So you have to get that. Long-term ones, there's coins that have super potential, and there's no reason for them not to become, to make people super wealthy. That is very true. But the ones that are good and more secure, they're going to take a lot more time than people are thinking that you would want to think. So you have to use your brain and just make that adjustment. If you're looking for short-term returns, even in the riskier or the low producing cryptos, you have to understand that we're talking time here. We're not saying that they'll never make it. No, but it's going to take some time, and maybe you don't have the time. So you have to use your head. Don't get into some of these cryptos, even though they're good, they're wonderful, they got great communities. Yay, right? But don't get into them when you have a time constraints. You have to realize, don't get disappointed. You can always invest it. I consider those like legacy, um, high, legacy and higher risk coins that you don't expect in your lifetime to cash in on, but you're going to leave that for your heirs, for your survivors. That's fine. Something to fund an organization, a mission, a project, that's great. So yeah, those are good for that. But if you're young, then hey, listen, then you got some good community, you got some good platforms out there, then yeah, that's fine, because you got time. But I'm talking in particular that when you need to also consider how much time you have, more or less, to enjoy a return of income, or a return of investment. Sorry. So that's what you have to look for as well. And so there's certain coins that have more of a possibility of return of investment in the short term, other than others that may be great and fantastic, but they will not. There's no way of really expecting. There's no expectation of a short-term ROI on those, no matter how good that coin looks and the white paper and the plans that are going on. It just doesn't matter. It's simply an issue of time, when time is of essence for those who have it in their consideration. Now, if you're young and you have a lot of time in your future, then you don't have to worry about that. Simply look for the good stuff, things that you believe in, that other people will believe in what you believe in as well. And so basically, that's the rule of thumb on that. Credibility and a good team, all the good advice that you get from all the other gurus. You don't need me to tell you that. This is just simply do your own research and stuff like that. But I think that a lot of people uh, get into crypto, but they don't put in certain factors. That's why I keep doing like this. See the gray? You have to put in certain factors if you're expecting, you individually, to receive the benefit of a return of investment within a time constraint. So you have to be aware of that when you're making these decisions. But this is a great time, and I encourage everyone to do something, put a few dollars in. And again, if you don't have the money, you don't need the money. You can go to Coinbase and receive free videos and get free cryptocurrency. That's what you want, and you can then exchange that cryptocurrency into something that you really want. And we still have the ongoing case study with the Shiba Inu, right? Using the free money that Coinbase was available in Coinbase through the video viewing, and that was that. There's no outside money, no invested monies into that, and it went up 10 times. Up 100 times. A significant amount of profit with because no money was invested out of my Coinbase account. Not simply using the free money that Coinbase gave me because I said on a video, they were ridiculously easy and profitable. You know, cryptocurrency. So there's really only one. You no excuse today. Coinbase, you on Facebook, my Coinbase link and use that. That now you give you a free gift and I get one. You do me a pound and do that with your bill. Take an opportunity to get the world should do it. You need money. You don't need to be anything. To this video, would not this to yeah, 10 a millionaire. You got this doesn't do nothing. And goes down, you get that point and right as a that still in the future. Take care and go be chicken.